Ooh, what is that? Executioner? A mix between Callie and Ina. Is this Callie and Ina's love child? If you can fly with the Japanese Airlines ANA. Holy moly, ANA is so good. I remember, did I tell you this before? I flew back from Japan to my country before with ANA. I remember I was like really dead tired, and I was so exhausted. I got into the plane. I had a seat in the very back, and no one was sitting next to me. So even though it was daytime, I immediately blacked out. I laid down sideways, and I noticed the ANA flight attendant, the stewardess. She put a blanket over me while I was half asleep. It was so sweet. So another really random story of an airline pissing me off was I was traveling alone once again from Europe to Japan, and from my it was not a direct flight. I was sitting again kind of in the back area of a plane. So I was at the very back of the plane, sitting alone there in a three-seater next to some guy. He was from the country of the transit country. He was not Austrian. He was on the phone like forever, and he was talking so loud. And because I already had one flight behind me, I was really tired, and I just wanted to chillax. And he just wouldn't fucking shut up on his phone. Then I noticed that like I was trying to sleep. Really, there was like a sticker that you could put on top of your seat. You would get like 3 different stickers that you could choose from. Like, don't disturb me, or disturb me when there's food, or whatever, do what you want. So that the flight attendants would know if they could wake you up for the food or not. I was trying to sleep. It was still... the plane obviously didn't take off yet. Anyway, this dude, he was so loud. He was talking. And there was a stewardess. No, not a stewardess. Flight attendant, male. Behind, we were in the last row, and he was standing behind, and he was after... I think this was already after takeoff. He wasn't on his phone anymore, but the dude was like talking a lot and very loud and aggressively with the flight attendant. Oh my god. It was interesting because I got this feeling that this dude was complaining about sitting next to me for whatever reason. Turns out, a little bit later, he disappeared, and he was taken to the... he was upgraded to the business or first class or whatever. And I was, until the end of the flight, alone in that last row. Yeah, funny, isn't it? Funny. I didn't do anything. I literally only was trying to sleep. Yeah, it just... I would have liked an upgrade to the quiet first class or whatever too. I would have liked to get my sleep too, instead of hearing someone rambling and fighting and discussing right next to me from the beginning on all the time. Would have been nice for me too to get an upgrade for that, but no, I'm not the type of person who complains to the flight staff. Okay, so I said back then that I was in my previous lives a flight attendant, right? I never elaborated on that, did I? Which one of these was one of Kiara's previous life's jobs? A. Flight attendant. B. Idol. C. Fitness trainer. The answer is... all of them!
Okay.
It was at a time where I was going to school, and in school they let me and my gen mates know that there is going to be an open audition for a very, very, very big airline. Very well-known, good airline. And that the interview would be in the city, and we could go there and try our best if we want that job. I was missing like 1 or 2 centimeters. My mom and me, we were discussing how we could gain 1 or 2 centimeters. And I was wearing my lucky dress. Okay, so this thing was really interesting because it was like a huge event. They like really advertised a lot about it. So many people went there. My friends from school, they met up before me. They kind of went in a group and I joined in a little bit later. I was kind of alone. None of them really made it very far. There was like 3 rounds or so. Finally, someone came up to me and said, "Kiara, you made it." Well, the thing is, I kind of ruined it by myself, you know? That's why I regret it even more. It was kind of unnecessary, but I went to this doctor's test when things were already decided. I already signed my contract and I already got my apartment in that different country and so on. I was prepped and all that, and I was told that they were gonna do a blood test, and I was worried, you know, because I told you guys that I have fibromyalgia, or at least you would think that I have it. Who knows? Maybe I have something else. We don't know for sure. But back then I was trying to figure out how to fix it, how to deal with it, and one of the things that we tried is a doctor prescribed me an antidepressant for fibromyalgia because apparently that maybe helps some people. And I was thinking, if they see that I've been taking that in my blood, they might question me why I'm taking it. And either way, if they think I take it because of depression, then they probably don't want me. But if I say it's because of the fibromyalgia, then that would probably also be a reason to turn me down, because like I know that I can handle it. I've lived with it for my whole life and I can totally live normally with it. But I figured that if they would know, that they wouldn't want me. And turns out I was right. But I didn't want them to find out through my blood. Actually, turns out they couldn't have found out through my blood because it doesn't show up. At least not with a simple, basic blood test like that. But I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to, you know, explain myself afterwards. So I did tell the doctor that I supposedly have fibromyalgia, and that was the reason why they didn't turn me down at the spot there. They were like, okay, the test is over. We will let you know for a letter later on if you pass the doctor's test or not. And then yeah, I was still preparing for the whole thing, and then later on I got the notification that because of me saying that, yeah, it didn't work out. I didn't have to say it. I didn't need to say it. Yeah, I was so devastated because at that point I already gave up my apartment in the city where I was living. I couldn't continue living there anymore. I was kind of stuck. I was at a point where it was such a bad timing. I already paid the security deposit for the new apartment. And the old apartment was already gone, kind of like the deadline of getting out of there was like very soon after. So it was really a difficult situation, and that's why I ended up moving to a completely different city. So yeah, and got a different job and all that. No, I don't think it's discrimination. It's just, you know, in a job where you use your body and you're stuck in a plane and stuff like that, and it is quite exhausting, I guess, because you also have to adjust to different time zones all the time. They maybe think that someone with fibromyalgia isn't fit for it, even though I said that I can deal with it. We got games, terrifying stories, adorable stories, everything in between. Yeah! Up! And really bad gameplay. Only with a little bit of good gameplay in between. Not too much. So that you guys can still feel superior to me. Don't we all like feeling superior to the streamer? I know we do. I know we do. I want you guys to feel good about yourselves. That's why I'm acting as if I'm bad at games.